Hey folks, how are you? I want to wish everybody, first of all, a Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great, safe, and wonderful holiday season. And yeah, here we are, 2026. So today's videos is a little interesting. I'm not going to lie. After just kind of searching around on YouTube, as I usually do, and looking at various drum videos, I started getting a little bit more interested in the Yamaha electric kits again. Just about 4 years ago, I actually had a Yamaha DTX6K2X, I think it was. It was one of the DTX Pro kits, and it had the TPS snare pad, and the rest were rubber pads, and it had three cymbal pads with it. Before that, my first kit that I had, and the only E-kit that I ever had, was a Roland TD17 KVX, which I got in 2021. Even though there were some things I really enjoyed about it, I guess at that point, not knowing a whole lot about e-drums, that the rubber pads kind of bothered me. It kind of bothered me that those weren't, dual zone, and they were only single zone pads at the, and so, when I started hearing, oh, there's, you can get pads with dual zone and this and that, and even the first kit that I had, the KVX, the TD17 KVX, had dual zone tom pads, and I had no idea. I was like, what's dual zone mean? What's that? I wasn't sure. So, come to do a lot of research, and a few years later, I find out the difference between, single zone pads and dual zone pads. And if you aren't sure, I actually have a couple videos about that. So I'll probably throw those in a link below. I'll throw in a link below my review about the Yamaha DTX6K2X. But what I'm talking about specifically is the DTX502. Now I was able to find a drum set used for a very good price that I bought. It came with the rack and came with all the stuff. So now I bought this used Yamaha DTX502 with a TPS silicone pad and three TP70 single zone rubber pads, and it has those cymbals that I really like. I've always liked the way those Yamaha cymbals looked, so I was excited to play this kit. So I sat down and I set it up. Actually, ended up setting up the rack. I just set it up the way I had my set, with the cymbal stands and the mounts, just because I didn't think there was any reason to have the rack. And I started playing it, and overall it played pretty good. But I started noticing that the even with the rubber toms, I was getting some crosstalk, some pretty noticeable crosstalk. Not from the first tom, but from the second tom. I was getting a cymbal leakage from that second tom, and when I was hitting the third tom, I was kind of getting it too. And it wasn't so much in the middle of it. When I hit the pad right in the middle of it, it was pretty much okay. But if I hit it anywhere, like maybe towards the side and definitely on the rim, I was getting crosstalk with the cymbal. What I started realizing was that I knew, and I had done some research, but I didn't think I was going to do this. But I saw that there's an update for the Yamaha DTX502. Even though it's a module they no longer make, they still put a firmware update on the Yamaha website. And what this update does is it actually gives you the option to use dual zone mesh pads. So I have three Roland pads, and I actually took the time to do the update. It was very simple. You just need to do it through a Windows computer. The update doesn't allow you to do it through a Mac. All you have to do is plug the USB-C into the computer. There's no flash drive on the DTX502, so you actually do it all through the computer. And what this update does is, one of the big things it does is that it actually gives you the option to use a mesh dual zone 2 piezo pad. When you hit the Yamaha pad, normally in its normal factory settings, if you're using let's say you hook a non-single zone pad or a dual zone pad to it, when you hit that pad, it's going to play both sounds at the same time. When you do the update, you can then change the pad type so it's 2 piezo triggers. Now you see you have one sound for the head and one sound for the rim. And the other thing I've noticed with dual zone mesh pads is that there's going to be less risk of having any kind of crosstalk. So although it's still possible, you know, it does happen. I've found that when I'm using dual zone pads, even if I'm not really utilizing the dual zones, and if I just have like the same sound on the head and the same sound on the rim, it's going to alleviate a lot of crosstalk issues, which is what I was getting just using the rubber pads. Still sounds like an older module sometimes, but I find that those snare sounds on the Yamaha are really, really quite good. I enjoy those a lot. So I encourage you, if you have a Yamaha module or an older Yamaha module, and you find the update on the Yamaha website, to upgrade your firmware. It has this on the DTX Pro now as well. So if you have a DTX Pro from a couple years ago, you can also update the DTX Pro module so it can use dual zone mesh pads. It's really made the drum set experience much better for me. Playing electric is not ideal all the time. You know, there's going to be some things that are weird, but ultimately, I think many drummers depend on it, including me, because that's how I practice. There's no way I could practice my real drums all the time. They're just too loud, and it's too frustrating. So to get a good sounding module, okay, that's dependable and wasn't a lot of money, I recommend going, you know, finding used materials. Again, these DTX500 modules are great, okay? And they're very inexpensive compared to Yamaha or the newer modules now. You know, they're going to be, you know, maybe $1,000 more than what you pay for something used. So just so you guys are aware. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the playing examples. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.